Congratulations, ma'am, for clearing your FRM Part 1 in one go.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your guidance throughout.
Always for my students. And how have been this journey?
Since I was working alongside, I had to study. I had a very less time because I had to do regular office Monday to Friday. Plus, sometimes there was some critical projects, and I had to work over the weekends as well. So it was quite challenging. However, how I did is I attended all the video lectures first provided by you, sir. After that, as suggested, I started reading FRM books side by side. And after going through the videos and books, I somehow was able to understand the concepts. So after understanding the concepts, I started giving the tests for that mock test, sectional test that you have provided in your course. So I for first few months I was trying to focus on that only, where I'll complete the sectional test so that I understand the concept in great detail. After that, I started. I re since videos we can re-see it. So I started doing it again, so that my concepts are clear wherever I was seeing that I was not able to attend the sectional test or something. Yes, sir.
Got it. तो अभी आप कहाँ काम कर रहे हो at present?
I'm working with Northern Trust. It's
Okay.
a US custodian bank.
क्या जॉब रोल है वहाँ पे आपका?
I'm working as a consultant. I'm a assistant vice president here. So I'm in credit market and liquidity risk. Primarily, my role is in the liquidity risk side.
Okay. So basically, your main aim was to grow your knowledge from the field you are working in.
Yes, it was quite crucial because I have seen that for some of the risk concepts that I was able to apply, for example, the mixed forms in the price value that you have to calculate. So I was directly able to apply in my job role. Plus, it gives you edge over others where you understand some of the concepts like how the yield is behaving, interest rate are behaving like that.
Got it. Basically देखो अभी आप already job profile में हो and बहुत साल से आप work कर रहे हो. I don't know how many years of work experience, but इतना bold decision to do a course like an FRM. अगर आप एक FRM course कर रहे हो तो down the line आप career wise क्या मतलब expect कर रहे हो कि अगर आपने FRM किया तो you will achieve that and that. Means अभी आप assistant vice president हो. सपोज आपका एफआरएम अभी नेक्स्ट ईयर फिनिश हो जाता है, अभी आपका पार्ट 1 हो गया, नेक्स्ट ईयर पार्ट 2 हो गया, व्हाट विल बी योर कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन आफ्टर दैट? जॉब चेंज या सेम जॉब में रहोगे? हाउ यू सी आफ्टर दैट? मींस व्हाट आर द प्लान्स आफ्टर डूइंग एन एफआरएम? और मार्केट में डिमांड कैसी है एफआरएम की? बिकॉज आप एक कंपनी में हो, आप एक जॉब रोल में हो जो रिस्क से रिलेटेड है, तो आपको पता है हाउ मच इट इज इन डिमांड. तो आप इंटरव्यूज भी लेते होंगे होपफुली फॉर द न्यू एंट्रीज. तो कैसी डिमांड है रिस्क मैनेजमेंट की?
Sir, first of all, I have seen that some of the concepts, since I'll just give the background that I have done BCom Honors from Delhi University, MBA Finance from IMT Ghaziabad. I hold around 8.5 years of experience. So that's a good industry experience.
Correct.
And I have previously worked with Credit Suisse, HSBC. So these are big banks. So I have seen even though I had worked and I have studied MBA Finance, regular, etc., I was not aware. First of all, I was not even aware of some of the basic concepts like Black-Scholes model or some other model validations, how yield is behaving, what are the credit ratings, etc. So these concepts were quite missing, which I was trying to understand and which industry demands because they use it directly.
Correct.
So that is the first edge. Second thing is, obviously, if you'll crack this, it requires a lot of your efforts where you're understanding the risk concepts, and the paper is also in the application part, not the rote learning.
Okay.
So that for that they see the industry application itself. So in for that way it is in that way that it is helping you in applying what industry So industry is moving very fast. I have seen that concepts, everything has moved quite faster what we have studied in MBA finance or BCom honors. So in that way, I have seen that FRM course itself is quite new, and close to what industry is demanding,
Okay.
uh, and what work demands. Hope it answers your questions.
And career wise means suppose at present you are working and having an 8 years of experience. I don't know numbers, but suppose someone after doing an FRM with so much of years of experience, what package he or she can expect on an average considering the industry?
So I've seen all the industries, big banks, they are looking for candidates who have FRM as their qualification, be it EY, be it KPMG, and they're ready to give over 40 to 50, 45 lakhs per annum.
Per annum on the starting and then the growth along with that.
Yes. So if you have FRM, of course, in the promotion wise also, companies and managers consider that you hold extra edge over others in terms of your qualification.
Got it. And after even FRM part one, have you thought of taking this advantage, or you will just do it after part two?
So no, I am preparing for part two, but
Okay.
I've seen after completing this part one as well, I can directly ask my manager to. So I have better say in promotions.
Got
Uh,
it.
One additional and a big point. I have seen who people who are like partners who are senior to me, they are already FRM qualified, so
Okay.
they are demanding this.
Got it. Means even your seniors have done it. That means it has value in the industry, and you are doing so then.
Yes, yes, sir.
Got it. And how you balance your time between your studies, works, definitely commitment towards the home and family, and then preparing for the exam. Means I have seen many students struggling between this thing, work, home, and then FRM.
Uh, so for that case, my work used to start at 1 p.m.
Okay.
1 to 10 or 11 it used to go.
Okay.
So even if I'm, for example, I'm waking up at 6 or 7 o'clock, or
Mm.
after doing some my work, whatever work tasks, etc., home tasks, I used to get, I was left only 1.5 hours every day.
Okay.
After job, after doing my home responsibility, etc., I
Mm.
was able to figure out 1.5 hours, not more than that. But I was able to, get that time, 1.5 hours. At that time, I used to try my level best that I am completely focused,
Got it.
focused to an extent that my phone is switched off, no
Okay.
one is disturbing me in my room, and I am also fully focused. So that used to be my Monday to Friday routine,
Okay.
and I never used to break my routine. uh, Once or twice it's fine, like in 2 or 3 months, but
Mhm.
I used to be sure that I'm not breaking the routine. So that was first thing that I used to do.
Consistency is very important.
Yes,
Towards the exam, be consistent, study daily
yes,
without any gap and breakdowns.
yes, yes. And on Saturdays and Sundays, weekends, when you have more time, but at the same time, you are very tired, uh, because Monday to Friday had been very hectic because of office, and then you are studying as well side by side. So I used to rest for a while, and I used to make sure that I am able to extract 4 hours on Saturday and Sunday.
Got
But my own major focus was whenever I'm studying, it has to be productive, because as a student, when you are in college, etc., when you are not working in the office, then you have plenty of time. But when you are working and then studying, especially after so much of experience, then you might not be able to get a lot of time. At that time, you have to be very productive.
Got it. So basically, you have studied 1.5 hour a day for Monday to Friday. So approximately, you can say 7 hours, and then 8 hours you have studied on the weekend. So approximately 14 to 15 hours per week.
Yes, sir.
On an average 2 hours per day, right? So this is how you balance your studies along with the work without hampering your work,
Yes.
basically.
Yes, sir.
And apart from that, the materials which we have provided you, okay,
Mm-hmm.
have you used any other materials, any other books or question banks or any other form of lectures, or you have dedicatedly focused on one resources which you have?
No, sir. I have not looked into any other lectures or any other mock tests. I was only doing Schwezer as you've suggested,
Okay.
and only your videos, like video lectures and mock tests that you have provided. 4 mock tests, plus I think two Schwezer has. So that also I have done, but I have done repeatedly. That I
तो
uh,
आपने टोटल प्रिपरेशन के लिए टाइम कितना लिया था फ्रॉम स्टार्टिंग टिल द एंड?
sir, it took me 10 months.
It took you 10 months to completely prepare, which includes your revision months as well.
Yes, yes.
Got it. And how many months you have dedicated towards revision, practice, and mock exams?
The last 3 to 4 months was entirely revision.
तो देखा जाए तो लगभग आपका सिलेबस 6 महीने में खत्म हो गया था.
Yes, yes, yes.
उसके बाद तो 4 months आपका रिवीजन, प्रैक्टिस, मॉक एग्जाम, सो यू हैव डन मल्टीपल रिविजन्स.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I have tried not to solve any other mocks or see any other videos after 6 months. So
Got
whatever I have studied in 6 months, that only I revised, but I revised it multiple times. So I understand. Basically, the main point is you understand the concept.
got
So
it.
that you understand only after repeatedly reading or watching the videos.
गॉट इट. आपका जो एग्जाम के दिन वाला एक्सपीरियंस था वो बताओ, फ्रॉम द मोमेंट यू गेट आउट ऑफ द टैक्सी एंड देन अगेन बैक टू द टैक्सी, उसके बीच का जो समय था.
Okay, so sir, I my exam was in the evening at around 2 o'clock
कौन सा लोकेशन पे आपने किया था?
in Bangalore. I am currently in Bangalore only. So my exam location was close to half an hour uh, distance from my home.
ठीक है.
So I took off that day. That was obvious,
ओके.
and some people used to get 1 week off in the office, but I didn't get it. So
ओके.
I could only take 1.5 day off before the exam.
ठीक है.
So I had 2.5 days to prepare for mentally that I'm giving the exam, plus preparing all those stuffs like having your passport ready, having your pen copy, everything ready.
ठीक है.
So mentally also you have to be very very uh, prepared so that you're not missing out on that crucial day when you are giving the exam, and you're not stressing on all these things. Rather, you focus on your paper very thoroughly.
करेक्ट.
So, going to your question, I reached the exam point close to 2 hours before,
ठीक है.
but in the exam center, they will not allow you to sit.
ठीक है.
So, I chose a cafe nearby and I sat there only, and I drank tea, plus I ate heavily so that I can focus on that 4 hours of exam. So
करेक्ट.
I ate heavily in the morning, plus I had tea 2 hours, like tea 1.5 hour before. I also to carry chocolates and biscuits so that you're not down in the glucose size.
करेक्ट.
Uh, so I was uh, near to my center. I chose a cafe where I was taking the tea. Also, I was not studying anything. I was just revising the formulas in
ठीक
the
है.
formula sheets, which I
ठीक.
had already done, but I was re-revising everything. So
ठीक है.
I utilized that time also till the time like half an hour before my exam.
ठीक है.
So I entered the hall. Surprisingly, that is quite, I don't know why. There were only 2 ladies and 8 men who were giving the exam. So,
एग्जाम स्टार्ट होने से कितने देर पहले दे अलाउ यू टू एंटर?
uh, sir, half an hour before, half an hour, 1 hour before.
क्या क्या चीज अंदर ले जाना अलाउड था?
So you can take everything in, but in the exam hall itself, you are not you are only allowed to take your passport or whatever uh, identification you are carrying.
Okay.
Nothing more. Nothing
And
more than.
admit card or something?
No, admit card also they take it.
Okay,
Everything
means
they take it.
admit card you have submitted it to them basically.
Yes, so there is a receptionist outside who used to check your examiner basically, who checks. There are two examiners, one who will stay in the hall, and he'll not stay like throughout the hall, throughout the time in the hall, but sometimes he comes to just check. Uh, One examiner was outside. He was looking at. He looked at my roll number and checked my passport, etc. And he asked my whatever I was carrying, my bag, everything. So uh, we kept in a there was a small almirah outside. So there we have kept it. Don't even allow water bottles inside.
Oh, okay, so do they provide that water service?
No. So what we do is, near that Almira, there was a small table. We kept the water bottle there. Uh,
Okay.
so that after, I was thirsty after 2 hours of exam, and I had to also go to restroom.
Hmm.
So that time I need not to panic and in opening Almira and searching out my water bottle. So I sipped water when I stepped out for 5 minutes.
Got it.
So this is how I have done it.
Okay. So you entered the examination hall, okay, and you sat on your PC definitely, and then what you have seen in the screen, how's the steps ahead?
So it was simple as you see in the mock test only. First, there is an instruction.
Hmm.
Uh, Also, there are cameras all the sides, so you are
Okay.
not allowed to see anywhere. Plus,
Okay.
you are not even allowed to if you so for that was quite difficult for me. For first 2 hours, not even examiner came. I had to take the I wanted to sip some water in between, so I was just waiting for the examiner to come, but they will only come so for in the 4 hours of exam, they will come only after 2 hours.
Got
So
it.
after that, I could sip water or go to the restroom.
Okay. So basically, computer screen pe you will be having instructions after clicking next or something like that. Your question paper will start, or you have to put some numbers or roll number over there as well.
Think yeah, we have to put the roll number there, and I that's how I remember that I had to put my roll number, and after that my exam started.
Okay. And you have given the whole paper, 100 questions. You have 4 hours time. How much time you took to actually finish all the 100 questions?
Sir, I have seen that they played a trick. First, the first few questions were a little tough,
Okay.
and after that, it became little easier for me. So it's a mix of questions, tough and easy. Both the
Okay.
things are there. I didn't have time for the entire 4 hours. Uh, my it's not that I was able to complete my exam early. I was thoroughly engaged the entire 4 hours.
Okay. So you have to complete time. And once you are done with the paper, does the screen ask for you to submit or it gets submitted automatically? How it worked?
So if you are done, you can submit it yourself as well. But if you're not done, and after your time is over, it gets submitted by itself as well.
So in your case, you have submitted it or it automatically got submitted?
It automatically got submitted after
Okay.
my time got completed.
Okay. Got it. So basically, you have used the whole 4 hours for the paper.
Yes, sir. For me, I took a lot of time. I, I utilized all the seconds.
Coming from the examination hall, have you discussed with any of those 8 or 10 members who were there?
No, sir. Everybody went. I
Basi.
couldn't speak to anyone. So I told you there were only two ladies, one me and one other lady, and 8 men were there. So around 10 to 12 capacities there in the room.
तो
So
स्टूडेंट्स कितने ऐसे थे जो पहले 2 घंटे में 3 घंटे में चले गए थे?
very few. I think everybody was very serious.
ओके. बहुत सब पढ़ के आए थे एकदम अच्छे से।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
चलो परफेक्ट है। चैलेंजिंग क्या लगा एफआरएम के एग्जाम में?
Challenging. I think the main thing I observed, and which I think I will pay attention a lot in level 2 as well, that you have to understand the concept very thoroughly.
Correct.
And that's what FRM also mentioned that in their instructions sheets. So they are not demanding the rote learning. They are demanding students who have the understanding of the concepts. So that was quite challenging, that you had to understand each and every formula very thoroughly, not not I mean rote learning. They would say that if you are able to understand the concept of that formula or not.
Correct. Means understanding, conceptual understanding is very important when you are giving the FRM exam, because nothing you will see that you have to mug up and go and sit in the exam, because क्वेश्चंस बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग है। अगर आपके कॉन्सेप्ट्स वहां पे स्ट्रांग नहीं है, यू कैन नॉट मार्क इट राइट। और
Right,
ये पार्ट 2 में और ज्यादा हो जाएगा।
right.
पार्ट 1 तो फिर भी इट वाज कंपैरेटिवली इजियर, ये पार्ट 2 में चीजें और डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगी, वहां पे क्वेश्चन और ट्रिकी आएंगे, वेयर यू विल सी कि ए या बी में से कौन सा सही है, बहुत डिफिकल्ट टू आइडेंटिफाई अनटिल अनलेस कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत स्ट्रांग है। क्यों? पार्ट 2
Right.
का सिलेबस बहुत बड़ा है, इट्स जस्ट
Mhm.
लाइक अ समुंदर के जैसा सिलेबस है। 100
Mhm.
चैप्टर में क्वेश्चन 80 आएंगे, तो यहाँ पे तो मैं बोल भी नहीं सकता सीएपीएम के जैसे कि 4 क्वेश्चन आ जाएंगे।
Mhm.
कौन सा चैप्टर मिस आउट होगा, कौन से चैप्टर से एक क्वेश्चन आएगा और कौन से चैप्टर से 3 क्वेश्चन आएगा, बता पाना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है।
Mhm. Yes,
तो
sir.
यहाँ तो प्रिपरेशन बहुत स्ट्रिक्टली करनी पड़ेगी, कॉन्सेप्चुअली बहुत स्ट्रांग होना पड़ेगा। कोई ऑपरेशनल देखेगा तो सो जाएगा पढ़ते पढ़ते, इतना बोल।
Mhm. Right, right, right.
तो
Yes.
उस चीज को ग्रैब करने के लिए जितना आपके पास लेक्चर्स हैं, जितना आपके पास डिफाइंड रीडिंग्स है और जितने आपके पास डिफाइंड क्वेश्चंस है, उसमें
Mm.
आपका ग्रिप बहुत अच्छा आ जाता है प्रिपरेशन का।
Yes, yes, sir.
चलो मैं आपसे एक क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ, अभी नवंबर में स्टूडेंट्स एग्जाम देने वाले हैं पार्ट 1 का,
Mhm.
कुछ टिप्स देना चाहोगे स्टूडेंट्स को, जो आप, बिकॉज यू हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड इट एज अ स्टूडेंट, कि बीइंग
Mhm.
अ स्टूडेंट, बीइंग अ वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल, व्हाट
Mhm.
बेस्ट टिप्स? एग्जाम में सिर्फ 60 डेज बचे हुए हैं।
Sir, I would say in the last 60 days, do not study anything more than what you have already studied. So
अरे
that
मैम,
is,
लोगों का सिलेबस बचा हुआ है अभी।
yeah, sir. I think what I have seen is people trying, students trying different mocks from different uh,
इंस्टीट्यूट अलग अलग
institutes.
एरिया
So
से
if you
बहुत सारे।
stick to one institute, stick to one books. For example, if you're studying Shweza, study that only. If you're studying guard books, study that only. Do not try anything else. So stick to whatever you have. So 60 days are enough. So in 30 days you can try completing all your syllabus, whatever is left, and in last 30 days give as much as mocks as possible. So repeated, I had given mocks 3 times. Each mock I had given 3 times, be it sectional test, be it the final mock, the full 100 questions test. So
कंप्लीट।
I had given all the tests 3 times. So I think in next 60 days, that should be that should how the preparation is. Do not miss on any of the mocks, whichever you are, whichever books or institute you are referring, but do not go into any other institute. Like whichever institute you're going, whichever books you are reading, read that only.
परफेक्ट। या बिकॉज बहुत जरूरी है, अगर आप बहुत सारा मटेरियल पढ़ने बैठोगे तो कंप्लीट कुछ होगा ही नहीं, एंड रिवाइज क्या करोगे जब
Yes.
इतना सारा मटेरियल होगा? तो व्हाट यू विल रिवाइज ऑन अ रेगुलर इंटरवल, इट विल बिकम वेरी डिफिकल्ट।
Yes, sir.
ये बात तो आपकी एकदम करेक्ट है मैम।